We're back, Personal Health Care Reform, episode number 14. So, getting into the teens, and today we're talking about Spring has sprung, break out of your routine, because spring break is coming up. I know everybody wants to get in shape for spring break. If you want to take off some body fat, look good on the beach, because everybody's going to be going to the beach for spring break. That's what you do. Everybody goes down to Mexico, because there's a Jack in the Box commercial that cracks me up, talking about who's most American. And Jack's like, I'm doing the most American thing you can do. I'm going to Mexico for spring break. I die laughing every time I hear that. Yeah. Not that I'm endorsing people to go eat Jack in the Box, but I love the commercials. So a couple things before we get going. First off, extend out some offers to everybody out there. Willow Bend Fitness, 2 weeks, 2 times with me. If you want to do that, if you're in Plano, if you're in North Dallas, the studio, 1 month free and 2 sessions with me. And Trophy Club at Mockingbird Station, no deals there yet, but I'll get some eventually.
That's a good location, by the way.
Yeah, it is. That Mockingbird Station location is it's neat. It's not the biggest place, but it's
but you could come in from. I mean, it's right there on the Dart line.
Yeah. So
you could just
Yeah, it's easy to get there. I'm not there that much, but contact me and I can work into my schedule there. And with that, a little health in the news. I got tons of health in the news stuff to go over because I've got 2 weeks.
Well, I know you're about to start this, but what happened this last week when nobody could breathe? I want to know that. Anyway, is that in your news? It seems like I know all these people that came down with acute infections.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of upper respiratory stuff because we had 2 major cold fronts roll through. We had a warm front roll through. So when you get all that stuff coming through Dallas, we got all the winds and stuff that comes through Dallas. So that's why Dallas is actually basically the #1 place in the USA for allergies, if you didn't know that.
Okay. That explains why so many of my friends were like down for the count. They didn't have the flu. They were
it's there have been more that and strep throat. There's a horrible strain of strep throat going through. I've got 2 of my clients have been out with it.
Don't touch me.
Y'all stay home. I don't want that.
Okay.
But I'm helping them get over that
that's
stuff right now.
newsworthy anyway for the Dallas area.
Yeah, so watch out for the strep because it's going around badly. And then all the crosswind stuff. Well, we'll be getting more of that during springtime. That's why allergies are so bad in the spring. And with that, we'll get into the other health and the news stuff. Starting off with Wall Street Journal. Road rage is not the only place people have rage. Now we have sidewalk rage. So if you live in New York, listen up. We don't have much of this in Dallas because we all drive. But there we go. Get out of my way, you jerk. Straight from Wall Street Journal. Talking about all the street rage. Just when you thought it was safe to go window shopping, it's not. Because if you're window shopping and you're in somebody's way, you're probably going to get shut away because everybody's on their cell phones, everybody's digital now, you're multitasking and doing everything else, which multitasking doesn't work all that well. A lot more stress on everybody. Everybody's busy going someplace. And because we all have our cars, we all have our SUVs, and everybody's trying to run over everybody. That's why I'm in my little sports car running through everybody.
That's because we all have strep throat.
I thought that was interesting. I just want to talk about that one for a little bit.
That's really sad. Is that true?
Yeah. It's kind of a new epidemic because everybody is on their phones. I love the new cell phone commercials where it's trying to get people off all their social media stuff and get you to where you're looking around at everything else. And that's the new thing for the Windows phones. That's the new thing because everybody's stressed out about all kinds of stuff. So there's more instances of that going on. So I thought that was interesting.
There's a message in there somewhere.
Yeah, people take a chill pill.
About balance. Balance.
Yes.
Well, is it because they're driving and we're going to be, because I'm wondering, because we're going to be talking a little bit, are they driving and doing the social media, or are they just...
No, it's just walking around. Yeah, and actually they're talking about the pace of people walking, somebody talking on a cell phone versus somebody texting on a cell phone versus somebody older versus somebody younger. If you're looking at things, if you're not looking at things, if you're going to the store and leaving... talking about different rates of speed while you're walking, and if you're walking faster than somebody in front of you, and you got someplace to be, you start trying to shove them out of the way. So that's where they. What was that? I know I heard something about that little tidbit. Yeah.
That speaks to the lady who fell in the fountain. She was texting, and she just fell right in.
Yes,
yeah.
I heard
now
about
she's
that.
suing everybody for that. So yeah.
She's suing?
Yes.
Yeah, she said that the mall security didn't help her as much as they should have, but when you watch the footage, she falls head first into the fountain, and then she races out of there because she's so embarrassed. So there was no time to help her. So and then they posted it on YouTube, and it's become viral. So even though you can't tell who it is, now we know who it is because she's suing.
Yeah, so people, when you're walking around and you got your phone and everything in your hand, just talk on it. Don't text to everybody while you're going. And we're going to run through
Bad for your health.
Yeah.
I don't understand. How can you sue somebody for what you did?
Anybody can sue anybody for anything. No.
It's called. There's somebody out there that'll take.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But moving forward. Let's see here. Next thing up, exercise can be fun. Actually, yes, exercise can be fun. I know you love to dance, Kathy, so I want to throw this one in here for you. Basically, find something that you love to do that primarily, and then make sure you do at least a little bit of resistance training so you don't get yourself overtrained in doing something else, which usually causes injuries. But I want to throw that one in there because if you like to dance, go out, do some tango, do some cha-cha, do some ballroom dancing, stuff like that. Yeah, there's tons of dance places. If you like to go walk and run, go walk and run. If you like to row boats, go do that. Find something that you like to do.
Go row boats.
Some people like to go row boats. Okay.
Sure.
Some places have miniature golf courses, and other places you can row a boat.
Yeah. Speaking of golf is not a sport. Sorry, guys.
It's not. Is it?
What is it?
Well, it's a skill-based sport, but it's not a athletically. You're not unless you take like 3 clubs and run hole to hole.
Unless you walk.
Yeah, if you walk instead of using a little cart.
Most don't.
So yeah, with that.
For those of you who are older, golf is a sport. If you're older and this is what you can do, what you will do is what you should do.
Yeah, I will say if you do golf, find a trainer so you don't get overtrained because it will wreck your back.
Yes,
okay, ask
absolutely.
Tiger about that one. He knows all about that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I thought it was all the women he's with, but okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Did I say that? Did I say that?
and with that, the show is
That was
over. Thank you, people. We're out.
Strep throat. Remember strep
she brought jokes.
Oh wow! Wow. That's why we do it like this. 'Cause it's so much fun.
We'll cut this party.
Oh god. Okay.
That's funny.
Let's see here. Fiber-rich diets equals a longer, healthier life. So go nuts. Get fruity and veg out a little every day. That means have some nuts, a little bit, almonds, walnuts, things like that. Eat plenty of fruits because fiber in them that you need, and veg out a little bit, which means go get some veggies. Get the greens, get the reds, get the oranges. Be multicolored in your fruits. Have all of them. Okay, don't stick with one. Because actually the fiber in there does help out with increasing lifespan, keeps you healthy, reduces incidence of diabetes, all those other things. And actually most of the fibers, or some of the fibers in there, feed all the good bacteria in your intestines. So when I talk about probiotics and taking your probiotics, you got to feed those guys. That's how you feed them. So a healthy bacteria is a good bacteria sometimes, if it's the right bacteria. Let's see here. This one I thought was interesting. Why is ESPN so big? Why do you guys talk sports? Here's the reason why. Talking about sports is much more fun than playing sports, or even watching them. It's all about the what ifs. That's why ESPN and all the other sports networks have gotten so big, and there's so much sports talk and talk radio. It's all the what ifs. It's the opinions and throwing that stuff out there, which is actually good for conversing back and forth, and it's the best way for guys to relate too. So I thought that was pretty neat, just from emotional standpoint and mental health. It actually helps keep your mental health up because you're always talking back and forth, you're banning with everybody, you're focusing on the what ifs and
engaged.
thinking, yeah, you're always engaged. And
You're not going to fall in that fountain.
yeah. Well, unless you're arguing with somebody and then somebody says, "Get out of my way, jerk," and then they push you in because they're suffering from some sidewalk rage. So, but yeah, that's why all those things have gotten so big, because it's all about the what ifs. Thinking about what could possibly happen in the future. Then when it happens, you got to find something new.
Which is totally true. I used to work at a sports radio station, and we, as the home team, we would vote or actually hope that the home team would lose. And it's because if the home team loses, there's more of a discussion to have. There's more if situations. Oh, well, what if they had done this? They might have won. If they win, there's no real conversation.
Who's going to be the coach now?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you have a winning team, no conversation needs to be had. Everyone's just like, hey, we did good. All right, moving on. That's basically
is
it.
Jerry going to come and be a coach too?
Yeah, I mean, it really, if they're winning, the conversation has turned pretty pointless. You have to dig for something.
Yeah, so that's how those got. That's why they're so popular now. Let's see here. Ooh, here's one.
Puppy.
Yeah, this is a big one. Actually, I saw this on. I've seen this on CNN, Fox News, and everything else. Man's best friend is obese. Look at that. Look at that poor puppy. I'm sure everybody has heard that pets take on the role of looking like their owners, and you see pet owners and their pets look a lot alike. That's because most of the U.S. looks like this poor little puppy over on this side over here.
So I take my pug to the vet, and they said your dog is obese. So does that mean I look like my pug? I mean, I'm a little concerned now.
Did you see that? He looked to see.
Yes, he did.
What that means is people usually start showing their pets affection by feeding them instead of taking them out to play and walking and everything else. Yeah. And once you start walking the dog, you start losing weight. They start losing weight.
Pugs can't walk very well. They snort a lot and all that. She said your pug needs to be 20 pounds. At that time, it was 28.8 pounds. That's a third of his body weight. He had to lose. I tell you what, he is down to 23.4. We've lost 5 pounds. And I tell you, when I weigh him, I have to weigh me. I have also lost 4 pounds.
Yeah, see that? See that? See what happens?
How about your pug? Is he fat?
No, not really. I mean, he's pretty good about if I put out full bowl, sometimes he won't finish that throughout the entire day.
His pug starts asking for Monster.
Yeah, he actually no water for him. He's not a big fan of water.
Do you walk him and take him out?
I bring him out. I got this little tennis ball slingshot, so I'll bring him across the street because there's a little park, and we'll play with that. Yeah. So he gets a workout, and that makes it to where I don't have to run after it. So yeah.
Well, and I had to buy a stroller for mine because he was too fat to walk. but he's now down to 23.4 pounds, and he doesn't breathe so badly. He doesn't snore so much. So I guess he was obese.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yes.
Okay, that would have been the first clue.
No, pugs always snore.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, they kind of snort, and it's just
because they have no
that
nose.
territory. Yeah.
They're bad.
Yeah. Yes.
And they do other things, but we won't talk about that.
They snort, they spit, they
I had somebody say, "Oh, wow, you were really snoring quite a bit yesterday," and I've never snored before, and it was actually my dog. My dog was sleeping at the bed of my thing, and just going nuts. So
yeah. At my household, we have 2 people snoring in unison, the dog and the husband. And I got to tell you, it's tough sometimes. I'm really looking into good earplugs.
So is it like dueling banjos at night?
What?
Is it like dueling banjos with the snores at night?
It really is. Yeah.
So with that, people, if you love your pets, if you really love your pet, take your pet out, walk your pet. Okay. So here's the thing with that. Basically, more exercise, less food.
Cheese.
Love them a lot. So lots of pets, lots of walks. If you got cats, run them around, have them chasing strings and stuff, and make them chase you with the string. Because the healthier you are, the healthier they are.
Try to catch a cat. That'll give them exercise. They run everywhere.
I've heard also, I don't know where this stat was, so I'm just going to say that it was somewhere where it was really legit. But they were saying that people that usually wouldn't work out get guilted into working out because of the dog.
Yes.
So that happens more often than not. And it's totally true with me because I wouldn't run and you couldn't have paid me. And then now I got the dog, I'm like, wow.
Well, that's because people will do more for their pets than they will for themselves or even their kids sometimes. Because, I mean, that's their pet, that's their baby. So, if they've found that their pet needs to be in better health, then they start getting their pet healthy, and they get healthy in turn.
Dog can open the door and go outside.
Exactly. Well, not unless you got a really big dog.
They're kind of really dependent on you.